Okay, so before we are looking into DDR, let's have a quick look into the sample which we are going to use. It is the test sample with args demo sample, which is also included in the DDR installation. This is a simple test program which is first printing out all its command line arguments, and then it is checking if we have more than two arguments, and if this is the case, it prints out we got more than two arguments. Finally, it is doing some further checks, and also later on it allocates some memory so that we can use all the DDR features like a drop buffer or a toggle eflex with this test program. Okay, so let's move over to the IDA side and have a look to the new features. First, let's trace the sample like we did with the former DDR version. And we can see that the program is not executing the part which only gets executed if we have more than two arguments. So let's set the command line arguments via the DDR select menu. Once we did that, we can clear the highlighted instructions and run the trace again. Once the trace is done, we can see that the part where it is handling the command line arguments was now executed. Next new feature is that you can now set a start address. DDR will start instrumenting and analyzing the sample at this address. So we are not wasting time with initialization functions, for example, which we are not interested in. We can also set a breakpoint now. DDR will stop the analysis and end the sample process at this address. This is also very useful if you want to make sure that no code after this point gets executed. And this is a difference to the start address, or the code before the start address will be executed. But the code after the break address will not be executed anymore. The process will get terminated. We can now run the trace again, and we see that only the instructions between the start address and the break address were actually analyzed. And that's it for now. Thank you.